Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski, I'm a chief analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is our daily analytical report. Let's start with the calendar. Calendar is not very busy today. Yesterday we had important data for the British pound. We had comments from Donald Trump, which are not in the calendar obviously, but he commented that trade talks in NAFTA are going in the right direction, which positively influenced the Canadian dollar. And Canadian dollar is much stronger right now. Today, we have just the data from the US left, and we're getting ready for one of the busiest days in the recent days, weeks. Tomorrow, September 30th, 13th of September, as you can see, loads of important data with the interest rate decisions from the major economies, along with the inflation data and employment data from major economies. So tomorrow, huge fundamental day, and stay sharp with your activity on the forex market tomorrow. Let's start analyzing the technical situation. So this week is very interesting for the British pound to Canadian dollar. Why is that? Because first it started with the major sell signal last week. So there were chances for a bigger drop this week, but as you can see, Monday started with a cancellation of those sell signals. Now what we do, and we were talking about that yesterday, right? We do have shooting stars and resistance and downtrend line. That's a pretty strong sell signal. It got denied yesterday because the price created a dark cloud cover. We had an upswing dark cloud cover that was almost a bearish engulfing here. It's a dark cloud cover, and now the price is going down. First support was already broken, so the black line. We came back under the downtrend line, so and it's a false breakout, so all this is a very strong sell signal. But the thing is that proper super strong sell signal will be triggered when the price will break the orange area. This orange area which stopped the downswing here. So the price going down below the orange area will, in my opinion, will be a nice sell signal. I think it will happen because this can be considered as a false breakout. False breakouts are usually very strong movements in the opposite direction. We are below this horizontal resistance. It all looks very, very negative. Let's check if we do have correction equality pattern. Almost, so no. But even without the correction equality pattern, it looks decent. British pound to Japanese yen. It does not, well, still we do have a sell signal. Why? Because we are in the downtrend. The price is having the correction equality pattern, so this correction is the same as this one. But we are above this resistance, so it's a support now. And I think that, the sentiment is negative, but we do not have sell signal, and the sell signal will be triggered when the price will break the orange area. As long as we are above the orange area, we do not have a sell signal. Now gold, cable, because cable, I'm sorry, let's clean the platform. The cable, because cable had this resistance here, and we broke this downtrend line, and now we are trying to break this horizontal resistance. First attempt was unsuccessful. But if we look closer, the price defended broke this downtrend line, later used that as a support, which is positive. Yesterday, well, the fact that we are below this horizontal resistance and we respect this resistance by having a bounce here is dangerous for the buyers. So I think it, that's not a big difference. So if you're a buyer, I don't think you should buy now. But price closing a day above the blue area will be a proper signal to buy. As for now, we do not have any. Bitcoin is getting ready for a further drop. On a bigger time frame, like on a daily one, you can see that the price is just putting pressure on this on the buyers, and on hourly chart that is a proper down descending triangle. So in a descending triangle you have this horizontal support and you have this dynamic downtrend line, and well, every technical analysis textbook is telling you that when you see the pattern like that, most probably will see the breakout of the lower line of this pattern. Maybe this low is not so significant right now. We do have more important levels. So this descending triangle breakout of the lower blue line will be a proper trigger to open a short position and for the price to aim this blue area. Now gold. Gold is really struggling, so no proper signal. Well, we broke this line, which is the neckline of the head and shoulder pattern. We broke it here, but apparently that's a false breakout. And if we follow this false breakout, we need to see the upswing here, aiming this downtrend line and this resistance. Maybe this resistance does not look good here. Well, it does look good still, but you have to be aware of the fact that it's 23.6 Fibonacci. I'm sorry, from this high. It's 23.6 Fibonacci, and it should result with a bounce, but a breakout will be a buy signal, and price closing above the 23.6 will be a buy signal with a target on 38.2, and that will be a buy signal based on the fact that we had a false breakout here, we had a comeback above the resistance, and we have a breakout of the upper line of the pennant pattern. Now euro dollar still in a no man's land. Why? Because we do have this long-term neckline, and it's not only a neckline of this head and shoulder formation, but it's also a neckline of this head and shoulder formation, left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. It was defended here, then the price went higher. Okay, price closing below the orange, the yellow area, but actually we need to adjust this to the current market conditions. So price closing below this orange area, which is pretty thin, will be a proper sell signal. But at the same time, the price closing above this line will be a buy signal, because it will definitely cancel the head and shoulder pattern. Why? Because when you have a head and shoulder pattern, breakout of the neckline gives us a sell signal, breakout of the line which connects the top of the head and top of the right shoulder cancels this formation, obviously in theory. The next resistance is here. It's also pretty good in terms of the accuracy. Here, 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 here. So breakout here, take profit here, breakout here. We should see the new midterm highs. Australian dollar to Japanese yen. This one is pretty good from the technical point of view, because it is a nice downtrend, correction, Then the price breaks the downtrend line and creates a flag. Flag is a trend continuation pattern, but this breakout is not very strong. So this flag is a trend continuation pattern, so we should see a further drop. That is a very, very nice downtrend line. Downtrend line correction, downtrend correction, downtrend correction. Those corrections were very technical and actually are very similar to each other. Look, 1, 2, 3, triple top, 4, downswing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Most probably a downswing, but the final sell signal will be triggered when the price will break the white line. So breakout of the white line is a very, very nice sell signal. S&P 500, that is a major defense of the uptrend, because sellers had a great chance after those 1, 2, 3, 4 bearish days in a row. They had a great chance to trigger new downswing, but they failed. For the downswing, all they needed was the breakout of the yellow line. But this yellow line, along with this uptrend line, with this white line, as you can see here, got defended. So the price, instead of going lower, went higher. Also, I'm very curious if we do have a correction equality pattern. No, we don't. The recent correction was a bit smaller, but anyway, the price, this correction was drew with a flag. Those blue lines. Flag is a trend continuation pattern, so it should result with an upswing, and it did. We have a defense of the major uptrend line, defense of the major horizontal support. We have a flag which promotes the upswing. We have an upswing. We have a breakout of the midterm resistance. We have an upswing. That is a proper buy signal on S&P 500. Euro to Japanese yen. We were positive recently, and the price is aiming higher. This is a wedge, upswing, wedge. Well, an upswing. That is a really, really good buy signal, and even better will be triggered when the price will break this black downtrend line. Price closing today above this black line is a strong buy. New Zealand dollar to Canadian dollar. So here you can see the strength of the Canadian dollar here, triggered by the comments about the NAFTA talks, trade talks, that they were doing good there, and this is the result. So here this movement was supported fully by the technical analysis. Downswing, triangle, downswing, triangle, downswing. Maybe a triangle and a downswing, but in the long term that is a nice sell. American dollar to Japanese yen. Here, that is most probably a buy, but for the buy signal you need to see the breakout of the white line. This FIBO is no longer needed here. This line is too far, so no reason to have it. What is that? That is a wedge. Downswing, wedge, upswing, wedge, upswing. That is the scenario for the American dollar to Japanese yen. DAX. Defense on S&P 500 helped the buyers, and defense on S&P 500 did not happen in a random place. The same goes with DAX. Defense here did not happen in a random place. because defense here happened on a horizontal support, which was the neckline of this head and shoulder formation on a daily chart. Breakout of this lower blue line can be a super negative factor, like an ultra important negative factor, a major trigger to go short. Next one is WTI, which yesterday performed a major switch. They changed from the bearish sentiment seen in the past few days, maybe not to the bullish one, but we're no longer so negative about the price of the oil. Well, the price is close to the midterm highs, so long-term highs actually. So why we're bearish? Because of this fact, the fact of this head and shoulder pattern. But the head and shoulder pattern will be cancelled when the price will break this resistance. The same goes, as you remember, with euro dollar, right? Head and shoulder pattern, upper line connecting top of the head and top of the right shoulder cancels the breakout of this line, cancels the sell signal. Breakout of this line cancels the sell signal. American dollar to Canadian dollar. Here you can see the strength of the Canadian dollar. It's pretty surprising though, because the technical analysis was promoting an upswing. As you can see, upswing, flag, upswing. Well, first trouble started here when the price failed to defend this broken resistance as a support, so that's a false breakout. But we are still good. Maybe we're not the best, but we are good because the price is defending upper line of the flag and 50% Fibonacci. So from this, we should see a further upswing. But on hourly chart, it does not look too good. I seldom go to like M15, but we need to see closer what is going on here. And buyers are fighting, they are fighting for the double bottom formation. So the double bottom formation has a neckline here, or here if you're not patient enough. So price getting here will be, according to my understanding of the technical analysis, price climbing above the blue area here will be a buy signal based on the short-term situation, but based on the long-term situation as well. Upswing, correction, upswing, correction, upswing, correction, upswing, most probably an upswing. And euro to British pound, so Brexit, Brexit, Brexit. What do we have here? Long-term uptrend line. We have midterm neckline of this left shoulder, head and right shoulder. And we broke all this in the last week. Now the price is challenging this resistance, 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 support, 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 support. Selling above the support is not the smartest idea on the record. You can see that the movements are choppy here. That's not the best environment to trade. But selling here is not the best idea on the record. You buy on the support. But if you consider this as a proper sell signal, I think you can wait for the breakout of the horizontal support first before you go short. Watch out for the false breakouts though. This instrument, euro to British pound, likes tails and heads likes to have this kind of false breakouts, which can be lethal if you fall with the pending order. So in the case of euro to British pound, I would avoid using pending orders. So those were the instruments that we had from yesterday. Now let's look for decent trading occasions on the other instruments on the market. Let's see, for example, where in which place is the silver. Silver is struggling. Downswing correction, downswing correction, downswing correction, downswing correction. So this is still a correction, although there is this important horizontal level, there is this important resistance, and there is a potential for double bottom formation. For a double bottom formation, the price needs to break the white line, which in this case is the neckline of this double bottom formation. 1, 2. Maybe we can see an upswing here. American dollar to Swiss franc. Let's check some major pairs. Okay. After we had this upswing and the price had this correction that was symmetric triangle and the price broke the lower line instead of the upper line, we do have a negative sentiment here. The price is respecting Fibos, maybe not with the greatest accuracy, but it's still respecting them. 23.6, almost 50, and almost 38.2. So this is the closest resistance, this is the closest support. So the price is in no man's land. Breakout of the upper yellow line, that is a proper buy signal because of the double bottom formation, or if you will, had an inverse head and shoulder formation. 23.6 will be definitely a strong resistance here, no doubts about that. So we're waiting for the situation to develop. Breakout of the lower yellow line is a proper sell signal. New Zealand dollar to American dollar. Let's check what is happening here. Long-term lows. No surprise about that. We are talking about the negative sentiment since somewhere here. So for the past few months, actually, since June, July, August, September. New Zealand dollar sell. That is definitely sell. What else? British pound, New Zealand dollar. We were waiting for this. That is a symmetric triangle. The price broke the upper line of the symmetric triangle. That is a legitimate buy signal. There is this horizontal resistance, got easily broken. I think that we may experience a small pullback here. And there is this resistance, but there is also this resistance. To measure how deep we can go, we can use Fibos. First, I think 50% here. We can see the downswing like that. I will leave this instrument and wait for the proper place to buy. Let's check British pound to Australian dollar. Okay, we are on a major resistance here, but no trading signal. Euro to New Zealand dollar. Yes, we are not advising obviously, but we saw that upswing, correction, upswing, correction, upswing. This what happened. Euro to Swiss franc as the last instrument here. That's head and shoulder formation. Let's see in greater detail what is going on here. Major resistance. Nothing. I don't see horizontal lines to clear, so let's remove this from this chart. And let's do a small recap before we'll finish. British pound to Canadian dollar. We can have a strong sell here if the price will break the orange line. British pound to Japanese yen. Breakout of the orange line. Strong sell. Cable. As long as we stay below the blue line, sell. When we will come back above the blue line, buy. Bitcoin, breakout of the lower blue line, sell. Breakout of the upper white line, short-term buy. But in the long term, that is sell. Because we do have this long-term descending triangle pattern. Gold. Price getting here, buy. Price getting there, sell. Euro dollar, price getting there, buy. Price getting there, sell. Australian dollar, Japanese yen, price breaking yellow, white, lower line, sell. S&P 500, buy. Euro to Japanese yen, buy. New Zealand dollar to Canadian dollar, sell. American dollar to Japanese yen, breakout of the upper white line, buy. DAX, breakout of the lower white line, lower blue line, that is sell. WTI oil, breakout of the upper white line, buy. Breakout of the lower blue line, sell. American dollar to Canadian dollar. What is happening here? Come back above the blue area, that will be buy. Euro to British pound, price getting there, sell. Silver, price breaking the upper white line, that will be a buy. American dollar to Swiss franc, price breaking the lower yellow line, sell. Price breaking the upper yellow line, buy. And British pound to New Zealand dollar, I will wait for the correction and then go long. That is the situation on Wednesday, 12th of September, and we are waiting for the outcome tomorrow, because tomorrow one of the most important days this month and actually and the recent weeks. Let's see what will happen. Get ready for this. Watch out with your trades. Expect a higher volatility. And thanks very much for attending this webinar. In the meantime, visit our Twitter account, our website, outparty.news. All the best and see you soon.